Does a $30 million mansion sound like something that would catch your eye? Today you will learn about the history of the Glensheen Mansion, the murder that occurred, Marjorie Congdon, and what the mansion is used for today. According to this book, Secrets of the Congdon Mansion by Joe Kimball, the mansion was built in 1905 by Chester Congdon on the shores of Lake Superior in Duluth, Minnesota. The mansion cost $800,000 to build, which in today's dollars equals over $30 million. It consists of 39 rooms, a concrete and wood boathouse, carriage house, gardener's cottage, servants' quarters, and many winding paths, numerous gardens, and a creek running through the property down to the lake. The mansion was built on over 7 acres of land. Elizabeth Congdon, who was one of 6 children, inherited the mansion. She never married but adopted 2 children. Her daughter Marjorie was to inherit Congdon's $8.2 million after her mother Elizabeth were to pass away. A month before the murder, Marjorie and her husband were turned down money they had asked for from Elizabeth to pay off their debts and buy a ranch in Colorado. On June 27, 1977, around 11 p.m., Roger Caldwell, who was Marjorie's husband at the time, broke into the mansion through the billiards room window. On the way to Elizabeth's room, he killed the night nurse Velma with a candlestick on the stairway and went up to Elizabeth's bedroom and smothered her to death with a pillowcase. She was 86 years old. All the jewelry and gold coins missing from Elizabeth's room were found to link with Roger Caldwell. They found the night nurse's car at the Minneapolis airport, and a gold coin had been sent to Caldwell's house in Colorado. According to Los Angeles Times, Roger Caldwell was found guilty on July 8, 1978, with 2 consecutive lifelong years in prison. He was later let free after 5 years while agreeing to plead guilty. 4 years after he was let out, he committed suicide in his apartment. According to the book Willed to Murder, Marjorie Congdon was diagnosed as a sociopath at an early age and was always known as a spendthrift and a compulsive liar family and friends would describe her as. At first, she was charged with conspiring to kill her mother and nurse. Later, she was found not guilty by the jury. She actually became friends with the jury, and after the trial had occurred, the jury members all threw her a big party. Since the murder, Marjorie has committed numerous acts, such as bigamy in North Dakota, as she married Wallace Hagen while Roger was in prison. She committed numerous arson acts and insurance fraud in Mound, Minnesota in 1984, where she served 2.5 years in prison. She burnt down 13 houses in Arizona and attempted 2 others in 1991. She killed her husband Wally by gassing him to death in 1992, the day before going to prison for 15 years for her arson acts. She told the judge that she needed a couple more days with him because he had cancer, and later, doing an autopsy on his body, they found out that he didn't have cancer to begin with. And Marjorie is currently in Arizona on intensive probation, and she is 79 years old. According to the University of Duluth, who owns the mansion today, it is open to the public. They give tours. The tour guides don't talk about the murder because the family want people to get a feel of what it was like to be rich in the 1900s, rather than dwell on this sad occurrence. There's many weddings and graduations that are held there. There are numerous books written about the murder, and there was a movie called The Elements of Truth that was filmed in the mansion, which is based on Marjorie Congdon's life. I've never been to the mansion personally. I would love to go, but I interviewed Emily Lehman. Her and her family made a trip up to Duluth a couple years ago, and she said that she found the mansion to be very interesting and a beautiful place to visit. She wishes she would have read a little more about the murder before going, but she'd love to go back. And she recommends everyone who goes to Duluth to get a tour because it is very well worth the money. So today you learned all you need to know about the Glensheen Mansion, the murder in Duluth, Minnesota. You are now ready for an official tour at the mansion. And here's my PowerPoint. This is the front of the mansion. That's what you learned today. This is a picture of the inside of the mansion, and this is the side of the mansion. This is everything that was used in the murder: the window, the candlestick, and the pillow. This is Marjorie Congdon, This is Roger Caldwell. And University of Duluth owns the mansion, and that's where you buy your tickets to get a tour.